Hey, what's going on YouTube? So today I'm going to showcase a 1-bar Oakensoul PvP build for a Stamina Dragonknight, updated for the Scribes of Fate DLC patch. So starting off in the character sheet, I have 24 points in the health and 40 points in the stamina. For the Mundus, we're running the Serpent Mundus for increased stamina recovery. For the food, I'm opting to run Jewels of Misrule. You can go for the better option, which is Orzoga's Bear Haunch instead. And for the potions, we're just going to be using standard tri-stat potions. Make sure you have 3 points in medicinal use from the alchemy skill line to benefit from the full duration of the potion. So for CP for the blue tree, we're going to be running Duelist Rebuff, Ironclad, Deadly Aim, and Master at Arms. For the red tree, Celerity, Pain's Refuge, Fortified, and Balanced Vitality. So for the gear, we're going to be prioritizing our ultimate, and so all of our sets are going to synergize with that. So for the weapons, we have 2 Swords of Potentates, one in Nirnhoned with the weapon damage enchant, and the other one's Decisive with a poison damage enchant. For the head slot and shoulders, we're running 2-piece Bloodspawn, both with tri-stat glyphs, both in pen. And for the chest, we have 1 piece of reinforced trainee chest. This is also with a tri-stat glyph. For the rest of the body, we have 4 pieces of Werewolf Hide, all with tri-stat glyphs. You can choose to just run stamina. That would be totally okay as well. 3 of these are going to be well fitted, and 1 is going to be in pen. And 1 Werewolf Hide necklace infused with a weapon damage enchant, and 1 Potentate's ring infused with a weapon damage enchant. And lastly, the Oakensoul ring, which is infused with a weapon damage enchant. So just very quickly, so what Potentates is going to do for us is it's going to reduce our damage that we take from players by 3%, and then reduces the cost of our ultimates by 15%. And then Bloodspawn is going to give us even more ultimate. So when you take damage, you have a 6% chance to generate 13 ultimate and increase your physical and spell resistance by 3,601. And lastly, Werewolf Hide. This is also going to generate ultimate for us. So when you take damage, you generate 6 ultimate. This effect can occur once every 5 seconds. And lastly, the Oakensoul ring, because we're 1 bar. So for the skills, we're going to be running Venomous Claw. This is a good dot and does decent damage, especially the longer it ticks, so make sure you don't recast this early. Our spammable is Mold in the Whip. Empowering Chains, so with this new upcoming patch, this is going to be changed to Chains of Devastation, and this is going to actually give us Major Berserk instead of Empower. Shattering Rocks, so this is our CC, and it does a little bit of damage and heals you. Resolving Vigor is our primary source of healing, and also gives us access to minor resolve. And lastly, Corrosive Armor. This is the ultimate that we're always trying to get, and what this does is it limits incoming damage to 3% of your max health and does poison damage to nearby enemies. While this is active, this ability and your direct damage dealt ignores enemy physical and spell resistance. So just very quickly, some closing thoughts. So the reason why I chose Werewolf Hide was because I thought generating a lot of ultimate and being corrosive more could potentially be a cool concept. Back when Oakensoul was broken and gave us major heroism, stacking that with minor heroism literally allowed us to be in corrosive for like 75%, if not longer. And paired with Bloodspawn and Potentates, it was just a recipe for disaster. So I wanted to recreate it as closely as possible. It still does lack perfect uptimes like that, but I mean, without access to major heroism, it's just a huge loss in ult generation. This build does do pretty okay. Like, it's not a top tier min-maxed ultra meta build, but it is quite fun to play. Also, why did DKs get buffed? I still don't know why they gave Major Berserk on chains. It's weird. And that wraps up the build explanation section of this portion. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, or come join our Discord. Link is in the description. I will also have a written guide attached in the description for those who would be interested in that. And lastly, I've also started a channel membership for those who'd like to go the extra step to help support me so I can bring you more ESO content. Have a good day, and see you in the next one.